It's about right and wrong, period. The guy's a monster. It's beyond wrong. It's almost like he wants to do the most horrible things that he can think of in order to get a rise out of us. I don't know what it is, but he's been doing it, and it's scary. The guy is a total monster. And anybody, I don't understand it. I guess they get behind that kind of logic. They want to fuck with people, screw them, because they're unhappy about something. He's such a mean, nasty, hateful person. I never play him as an actor. He is a malignant narcissist. He's a socio-psychopath. He's created some new language as far as describing somebody in his mental condition. It's so frightening and scary, and he's dangerous.
Well, we're going to tell you everything in this video, but before we move further, please make sure to like this video and subscribe, because that helped us making more such explaining documentary. It all began back in 2016 when Dairo recorded a now famous video that exploded across social media during the final weeks of Trump's presidential campaign. No script, no filter, just raw emotion. Staring straight into the camera, Dairo called Trump a dog, a pig, a mutt, a con, a national disaster.
He is a malignant narcissist. He's a socio-psychopath. He's created some new language as far as describing somebody in his mental condition. It's so frightening and scary, and he's dangerous. In my country, we're fighting like hell for the democracy we once took for granted. And that affects all of us. That affects all of us here, because the arts are democratic. Art is inclusive. It brings people together. Like tonight, art looks for truth. Art embraces diversity. And that's why art is a threat. That's why we are a threat to autocrats and fascists.
Robert De Niro, Hollywood legend, two-time Oscar winner, and the man who's been fearlessly calling out Donald Trump long before it was trendy. For nearly a decade, De Niro has been one of Trump's loudest and most consistent critics, tearing into him on live television, at award shows, on CNN, and even outside the courthouse. What started as an actor's moral outrage turned into a years-long crusade against what he sees as the decay of truth and democracy under Trump's influence.
What we have here is a denial of truth all over the place. And even the speech that he made after is insane. It's just insane, and I'm very, very concerned about it. I think we all are. It's insane. So that's why I felt I had to do something, say something about it, to go on record. I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk, he's a dog, he's a pig, he's a con, a artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has.
And then he said the line that went viral worldwide.
Trump predictably lost it. He called De Niro a very low IQ individual on Twitter, which only made the actors point for him. Later that same year, De Niro took his criticism into comedy. He joined Saturday Night Live as their recurring character Robert Mueller, the special counsel investigating Trump's Russia ties. Each sketch showed De Niro as the calm, methodical investigator closing in on a panicked president. It was funny, but also symbolic art reflecting reality.
He talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face. This is somebody that we want for president? I don't think so. What I care about is the direction of this country. And what I'm very, very worried about is that it might go in the wrong direction with someone like Donald Trump. If you care about your future, vote for it.
We have, I think this might have been the first time he wrote about you. Robert De Niro, a very low IQ individual, has received he spelled two wrong, many shots to the head by real boxers in movies. I watched him last night, truly believe he may be punch drunk, and then he says, at the end, he says, "Wake up, punchy," he says to you. And that's not the only time. And he moved over to Truth Social. Robert De Niro, whose acting talents have greatly diminished with his reputation now shot, must even use a teleprompter for his foul and disgusting language. So disrespectful to our country. Now, in all fairness to the former president, is that true? Do you have to use a teleprompter when speaking about President Trump? Or are you able to just kind of riff on your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he's so stupid.
And then he said the line that went viral worldwide. I'd like to punch him in the face. It wasn't about violence, it was frustration. Frustration that someone so dishonest and so dangerous could be taken seriously as a leader. That clip was shared millions of times and instantly set the tone for what would become a long personal feud. When Trump actually won, Darrow didn't back down. Just a few months later, in early 2017, he wrote an open letter defending Meyer Street after she criticized Trump at the Golden Globes. He thanked her for speaking the truth and said he shared her disgust at the president's bullying. This was just the beginning.
We have to do this. We have to go through the motions. Symbolically, it means something. It's a taint on his presidency, more than a taint. It's a stain, one that he deeply deserves. So, yes, we will go through it and take our chances. We have to take our chances, no matter what. He's going to try and use it, that he got ahead of it, he beat it like a gangster. I beat the rap, I beat them like the Teflon Don, but he has to take that punishment. He has to pay the consequences. America's Philistine president has had himself appointed head of one of our premier cultural institutions. He has cut funding and support to the arts, humanities, and education. And now he has announced a 100% tariff on films produced outside the U.S. Let that sink in for a minute. You can't put a price on creativity, but apparently you can put a tariff on it. Of course, this is unacceptable. All these attacks are unacceptable. And this isn't just an American problem. It's a global one. Unlike a film, we can't just all sit back and watch. We have to act, and we have to act now. Without violence, but with great passion and determination. It's time for everyone who cares about liberty to organize, to protest, and when there are elections, of course, to vote. Vote.
Throughout the 2020 election cycle, Darrow doubled down. He narrated campaign ads, appeared in voter mobilization videos, and told interviewers point blank that Trump was a real danger to this country. On The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Darrow warned that Trump's mishandling of the pandemic proved he was not up to the job. He said, "It's beyond incompetence. It's evil." And you could tell this wasn't Hollywood anger. It was civic heartbreak. When the 2020 election finally ended and the January 6th insurrection followed, Darrow's tone hardened even more.
We're to make a bet. Do we as a country, you and I are sitting here 5 years down the road, is this country more together or further apart?
I don't know. Maybe some miraculous things will happen where even Trump will do something that's surprising. I don't think so. But you never know. I'll even then say, okay, I give you that, but I just don't think so.
I spent a lot of time along the Rust Belt in Kentucky in places that where people put all of their hope in this president.
Yeah.
And their livelihood depends on his success.
Right.
Do you feel like Hollywood, you know, those living on the coast like I do, like you do, are too disconnected? We're too disconnected from that pain? I
understand that people feel, even I am hesitant sometimes to endorse somebody because I don't think now it's just an elite Hollywood person doing that. But many of us feel that the right thing has to be done for people. And we really believe that. Someone like Trump doesn't really believe that. He can give lip service to it, but he doesn't really believe it.
But they disagree with you. They tell me, because I've sat with them,
Yeah.
I've had dinner with them, and they say, he gets me, and he is standing up for me, and he is putting America first.
You know what the best con artists in the world say, I'm putting you first, and what happens?
So he is the President of the United States of America. Do you want him to succeed?
Of course, I want him to succeed. I don't believe that he will.
The number one piece of legislation you would like to see him support?
The DACA is one.
Okay. So if he works with
DACA's
Congress, signs DACA legislation to get Dreamers to stay here, you will be hopeful.
Yeah, because his action will have spoken louder than his big mouth and words, because all he does is open his mouth and yell, talk, and insult people, and put them down. You can't do anything. That's inexcusable. The guy is a total monster, and anybody, I don't understand it. I guess they get behind that kind of logic. They want to fuck with people, screw them, because they're unhappy about something. He's such a mean, nasty, hateful person. I never play him as an actor, because I can't see any good in him. Nothing at all, nothing redeemable in him. And we have to, and whoever the people are who want to vote for him, and they look like intelligent people around there, for some reason, it can't be. It cannot be. If he wins the election, you won't be on the show anymore. He'll come looking for me. There'll be things that happen that none of us can imagine.
He called Trump the jerk-offen-in-chief, the baby chief, the soaker, fool-inch chief. The crowd erupted. This was Darrenot as the quiet actor, but as the citizen who couldn't stay silent. But nothing. Absolutely nothing. It compares to that moment at the 2018 Tony Awards live on CBS with millions watching around the world. Darrow walked onto the stage, raised his fists, and shouted, "Fuck Trump." The network bleeped it, but the damage was done. The crowd gave him a standing ovation. Even international outlets like the BBC and Associated Press ran headlines about it the next morning.
In reality.
Speech, it ain't free no more.
What? It's not free no more?
Yeah, we're charging by the word now.
You're charging by the word? How much are you charging?
Depends on what you want to say. Like, you want to say something nice about the president's beautiful, thick yellow hair, or how he can do his makeup better than any broad. That's free.
Okay. All right. That seems reasonable.
But if you want to do a joke like he's so fat he needs 2 seats on the Epstein jet, that's going to cost.
Okay. Can I just ask, just for clarity, because it's a pretty good joke, how much would that one cost me?
A couple of fingers, maybe a tooth, and you know how constipated he is.
So is this how things are going to go from now on?
We also got a new motto at the FCC. Sticks and stones may break your bones.
And?
And?
Well, the rest of that is, but I think, but words can never harm you.
Well, they can harm you now. Let's make sure you pick the right words. Capiche?
Okay, yeah, I guess I capiche, but I don't think, oh, it sounds like you got a call there, huh?
Hi, handsome. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. President. Okay, you got it, sir. You got it. Bye.
What did he say?
Look, I got to go. A couple of cases of Tylenol fell off a truck, and now I got to figure out how to put autism in them.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that sounds tricky. So good luck with that, sir.
In interviews through 2021 and 2022, he said Trump absolutely belongs in jail. He called him a tyrant, a coward, and a con man. He said he's not the victim, he's the problem. For Darrow, this was never just about politics. It was about principle. He saw Trump as the living embodiment of everything America's supposed to outgrow. Greed, ignorance, and corruption dressed up as patriotism.
Just want to make a note of apology for the idiotic behavior of my president. It's a disgrace. And I apologize to Justin Trudeau and the other people at the G7. It's disgusting. We have to do this. We have to go through the motions. Symbolically, it means something. It's a taint on his presidency, more than a taint. It's a stain, one that he deeply deserves. So, yes, we will go through it and take our chances. We have to take our chances no matter what. He's going to try and use it, that he got ahead of it. He beat it like a gangster. I beat the rap. I beat them like the Teflon Don. But he has to take that punishment. he has to pay the consequences.
Even if you think that, even if that means that could risk Republicans
We don't have time
winning
for that.
in the
He
election.
did something wrong. He has to pay for it, period.
You know, we agree with you. I was reading in New York Times Magazine an interview you did for The Irishman, and in it you say that you would never play Trump because he has no redeeming qualities whatsoever. So wait, so I just let me finish this, because you have played some of the most really unredeemable characters. Travis Bickle. Travis Bickle was a psychopathic taxi driver. Jake LaMotta, who used to beat his wife, and he was in The Raging Bull. Is Trump worse than they are?
To me, he is.
Wow. Why? Tell us.
Because he has no understanding that I can see of the outside world other than anything around him. He has no idea of what his purpose in life is as the president should be, and that is to pull the country together, to be for the people, to heal wounds, not to open them up and pour salt on them. He's I always say he's a lowlife.
Yeah.
He's a lowlife.
And so talk about.
And he knows he's a lowlife.
Yeah.
He knows everything he projects about negative things on individuals, on situations, on institutions. He's saying about himself.
Right.
He's what you call projecting.
That's right.
Because he feels that about himself, but he's saying it to them. It's like the dirtiest player. You insult people, say the terrible things about them when you feel that way about yourself. You know how terrible that is.
Yes. Yeah.
He actually says that.
That's true. Yeah.
What he said about her father.
Very nasty man. Very
What is that
nasty.
about?
Yeah.
He was
And the
deeply
family? How about his
emasculated.
kids?
He's deeply emasculated by my father's legacy, and he can't take it. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
But you also, Bobby, you also talk about his children, and you say that they're like a gangster family too.
I don't want my kids to take this the wrong way, but if my kids did what these kids did, I wouldn't want to be related to them. I would disown them.
Yeah.
I'd have a serious talk with them. I'd have a serious talk with them. First of all, it's an impossibility. My kids are not like that, of course. But if I disagreed with them on things of principle, I'd say, and they felt it, and we do now. So even about this, how strongly I feel about it, as I feel that we're at a crossroads, as we all know. This guy, he'd want to get elected a third term. He even joked about it. He'd want to be king for life. All these things are true. We see that. We know that about him now. This guy has got to be taken seriously, and he's got to be taken out of office.
What about his enablers too?
His enablers.
That's why I think actually the bigger sting for him is not impeachment, it's the American people voting him out, because he can't say it was political.
We want the American people, of course, to vote him out, register, get young people, get Latinos, get African Americans, everybody out there. Don't be apathetic. You got to get out there now and vote.
You do.
And then he
Throughout the
said the line that went viral worldwide. I'd like to punch him in the face. It wasn't about violence, it was frustration. Frustration that someone so dishonest and so dangerous could be taken seriously as a leader. That clip was shared millions of times and instantly set the tone for what would become a long, personal feud. When Trump actually won, Dairo didn't back over that same year. Dairo used every microphone he could find. Film festivals, award banquets, red carpets to hammer home one point that the country had put a dangerous man in charge. Then came 2018, the year Robert Dairo went from outspoken critic to cultural symbol of defiance. At the National Board of Review Gala, while introducing Mail Stray again, Dairo unleashed one of his most quoted rants. Down. Just a few months later, in early 2017, he wrote an open letter defending Meyer Street after she criticized Trump at the Golden Globes. He thanked her for speaking the truth and said he shared her disgust at the president's bullying. This was just the beginning.
And even more.
That's what happens in that kind of a dictatorship, which is what he says. Let's believe him. Take him at his word.
I did from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, I said from the very beginning, this guy is never going to concede power, and he still hasn't.
No.
He still hasn't. He still admitted he lost the last election, and he advertises that he will go on. He says he's been cheated out of one term, so maybe we should get rid of the a president only gets 2 terms thing. So
He's a sociopathic, psychopathic, malignant narcissist.
talking about the impeachment conversation. What have you been thinking about in terms of impeachment, the hearings? Have you watched any of them, or?
I've watched some. I think no matter what happens, which we know probably in the Senate he won't get convicted or whatever, but
Trump predictably lost it. He called Darrow a very low IQ individual on Twitter, which only made the actors point for him. Later that same year, Darrow took his criticism into comedy, had joined Saturday Night Live as their recurring character Robert Mueller, the special counsel investigating Trump's Russia ties. Each sketch showed Darrow as the calm, methodical investigator closing in on a panicked president. It was funny, but also...
He has to be charming. He has to win people over. He has to do things to get them. Why he betrays them in this way, I have no... all I can do is try my best to... He has an action, attention, goes from here to here to here. He does that with the people. And I think part of it with him, I guess, is sincere. It's just the other part where he's betraying them. There's a kind of a feeling of entitlement it's almost, I guess you could say it's, we became a lot more aware of after George Floyd with systemic racism. And so that's what it is. And lo and behold, what happened there that we never knew of while we were there was the Black Wall Street massacre. While we were shooting.
Then came one of Darrow's boldest moves yet. In May 2024, as Trump's criminal trial for hush money payments was unfolding in New York, Darrow showed up outside the courthouse at a Biden-Harris campaign press conference. Surrounded by police officers who defended the Capitol on January 6th, Darrow didn't mince words. He said, "Donald Trump wants to destroy not only this city but the country, and in my opinion, he could destroy the world." He looked straight into the cameras and said,
"He will never leave."
It makes me so fucking angry that we're here talking about a piece of shit like Donald Trump. Hi, Philly, how are you? Beside all that, this is my neighborhood, downtown New York City. I grew up here and feel at home in these streets. I feel comfortable. The Twin Towers fell just over here, just over there. This part of the city was like a ghost town. But we vowed we would not allow terrorists to change our way of life. And we started the Tribeca Festival to bring people back. I love this city. I love this city. I don't want to destroy it. Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country, and eventually he could destroy the world. But we vowed we would not allow terrorists. I owe this city a lot. And that's why it's so weird that Donald Trump is just across the street. Because he doesn't belong in my city. I don't know where he belongs, but he certainly doesn't belong here.